Hey, folks, just a quick note before we get into the podcast with Doug. The podcast, sorry, I sound like this because I'm sick, but the podcast is about to move to my personal channel. The reason I'm doing this is just to make things simpler, consolidating everything. And so, yeah, why else are we doing this, Annalise? I don't really know.
Exactly that. What
Yeah,
did you say?
just to make things simpler, just to get everything going on one channel instead of having to divide it up, different comments, different channels. It's kind of it's extra stuff to manage that's not necessary. So that's all. Let's get into the podcast. But do be aware of the fact that you're gonna have to jump from here to my podcast, to my personal channel, which is just my name, Alec LaCasse, AlecLacasse. And yeah, if you have any other questions, feel free to email me at thecoffeeandcarvingshow@gmail.com. Thanks, guys. Hey, it's the
Welcome to
coffee
the Coffee and Carving Show.
show. I'm Doug.
I'm Alec LaCasse.
People
Also,
still.
I'm also your. I need a guest in a pinch. Best friend.
That's right. It's no one's scheduled. We'll have to put
Hey,
Doug
buddy.
on.
Hey, buddy, old Doug. What
Hey,
are you doing today?
I always call you, in sweet hush tones. Doug, my old buddy.
Yeah, remember
Remember me,
you
man?
owe me. Yeah.
Yes. You owe me some money, dude. You owe me some money, bro. How
Well,
you
it's
doing,
always
man?
fun to come back.
Yeah. You're in a new environment.
I am.
Talk about
I
that.
am. I moved downstairs again, back into my workshop. I've
Were
been
you
down
there at
here.
one point?
I was here at two different points, but every time I would come down here, then I would end up having to build a whole bunch of cabinets and stuff, and then I get so frustrated when I want to do a carving or whatever. It'd take me half an hour just to wipe down my desk again for all the sawdust and stuff on it. But
Right.
now I've decided that I think I'm going to be a wood carver.
Right.
I'm thinking about being a wood carver. So I'm not gonna build big things down here no more. So now it's just like tight and no room to build anything big. So
Yeah.
I'm set.
But you
The problem,
but you still
the
have
real
the
problem
saws.
is I have the saws, but I have them all at the back side. So this is more of a clean side with this. But
Right.
the problem with my carving room was the carpet, and it's always such a disaster. And every time I'd be vacuuming, it's just gross. So this way,
Yeah.
quick sweep, done, carry on. So,
Yeah. Do you like it better so far?
oh yeah, way better, way better. It's just a workshop now. It's not like I always had the idea that I needed to have like a grandpa's carving room feel, but I
Yeah.
don't think anybody really cared, and it was just hard to maintain. So,
Right.
but
Do you think
let me tell you one thing though. The screw holes that I left in that room is off the charts. I won't have to buy screws for another year for the. These are the screws that I took out of the walls. That was empty.
and that
I have-
holding what together?
No, all my carvings that I had on the walls.
You're kidding.
No. I have
Wow.
a mountain of carvings on a table still in that room because I haven't finished actually fully moving out. Just a mountain of carvings. So
What will you do with them?
I don't know. I should sell them, but I don't know if I want to start that racket or not. But I
Right.
said 2 weeks ago, I said, "Yeah, I'm going to sell everything and start selling stuff." And now I'm like, I don't want to do that. It's
Yeah.
those large carvings to ship from Canada. It's like $40-50 to ship. Who wants to
Yeah.
pay that? So
True.
anyway, they owe me nothing. So if I sell them or not, it doesn't really matter.
Right. Well, the upside of being down there too, I have to imagine being that it's like pretty hot in here right now, and it's like the first warm day that we've had, is that it's cool. Basements are cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I put this little jacket on for sitting. If I was moving around, it'd be fine. But yeah, it's nice. Very nice down here. But I guess,
is it colder in the winter though?
It is, because I heat with the wood stove,
right?
And that's on the main floor, so the heat goes up, but the heat doesn't come down. But I do have a vent that I can put a fan and blow heat down too. But
nice.
I'll never complain about being cold down here ever, even in the wintertime, because I could be outside framing houses or something.
True. Yeah, you get that rough exposure to the environment as a carpenter, and then you start to appreciate any indoor climate.
Yeah, no, you're never cold. So,
and at the same time, Adam Savage did a video on YouTube from Mythbusters saying that he would rather the shop space be like, ideally, like perfect temperature would be like 55 or 60 degrees or something.
Yep,
He's moving around, or like 60 degrees, something like that.
Yeah, I like it cool, for sure. Cool over hot. I hate hot. I'm not a heat lover at all. Yeah, summer is my worst season. Although it's nicer to be out, I don't like the heat.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's funny. People keep saying that, especially to me, because I started hiking every day in the morning. I still do it, but I was doing it in the winter, and people would say, every year, Jan and I, we love to go out for a walk. We just wait for it to get warm, and then we can take the kids out. And that's like the worst time. You're sweating, mosquitoes.
My daughter and I took the dogs for like a 5-kilometer hike last night, and I was sweating. Yeah. It's April. I was already sweating, and I was just wearing a T-shirt. So we got a little heat wave here, as do you, right?
Yes.
So I don't know what it is, your temperature, but it's like plus 24 Celsius today.
Yeah, we're like ships in the night as far as what the actual temperature is, because I'll never learn Celsius properly.
Yeah, that's why we get both. So
yeah, and this is a note to the people that Doug is not American and I'm not Canadian. So
yeah,
people don't.
Although
think
some people think
American,
you are.
no.
I've heard that a couple of times. They do.
Yeah, a couple of comments. You know where it actually first came up?
No.
Chat GTP. My brother was using it, and he put in there, like, give me information about Alec LaCasse. And it said, Alec LaCasse is a Canadian chainsaw carver. It's like, no, I'm not. Any of those things.
What's Chat GTP? What does it mean?
He specializes in animals. It's like the new, like, auto-generating AI. It's kind of like Google, where you can input something, but it'll, like, do what you tell it, as opposed to Google will give you search engine stuff. It will, like, tell you, it will like do actions for you. Like you could say, Chat GTP, create a viral video title called Carving a Deer in Wood. And then it would say, you've got to see this deer carving sculpture video or something, Yeah. So, or you could say, hey, write me a poem about my wife, Annalise. And it would write you a pretty subpar poem that you could send to her.
Is this a pay for thing?
No, it's free. You can just search Chat GTP 4. It'll come up.
Really? Gotta write that down.
It's good for generating titles, generating descriptions. Yeah, because I never know what to title anything. So
I never have a clue, and I always have longer titles. But my all-time, I guess, viral video is called "The Most Fantastically Simple Yet Satisfying Carving Ever."
Yeah,
that's the title, and I only titled it that because I actually said that in the video while I was carving. This is the most satisfying, and I just pulled it out, and I was like, perfect. I wish I could think of or know what they want every time, right?
Right. And ChatGPT, my brother, I told him that I'd used it a few times for these last videos for my titles. And I told him, and he punched in, my brother has a YouTube channel and said it's been like really working. Oh. His videos are getting like more views. So it's absolutely hilarious to me. But But people have established that they don't want to hear about YouTube. They want to hear about wood carving. So
Right.
no one cares about YouTube on this channel. Oh man. So yeah, it's a little bit much.
So speaking of wood carving, you know what I did this weekend?
What did you do?
I outfitted my Jeep. Speaking of wood carving.
Yeah, that is very on point. Is this the backdoor thing?
Oh, I was just joking. But yeah, I did do that. But I was just joking.
But it is cool.
Topics.
Now I want you to talk about it. You should say no. Talk about it.
Well,
what did you do?
Well, I said I wasn't going to do anything for 1 year. So it's been 1 year since I bought that Jeep. So I bought a tailgate table, which imagine how do I explain it? Because I sent you a picture, so you know. But it screws into the back tailgate when the tailgate opens, and then the table flops down, folds down, and it fits like a full camp stove size on it. So it's fantastic. And then it just folds back up, and it's only like this thick on the back of the tailgate. And then
that's cool.
What else I did? I put roof racks on it to take my canoe, and then I built a little raised platform for a bed to sleep in my Jeep, and it's pretty fun. It's pretty fun.
Have you slept in it yet?
I haven't slept in it. I want to make a. I shouldn't say I'm going to do it right away, but I'm going to make a custom fit mattress for it. Mm-hmm. But I'll probably the first couple of times just to test it, I'll just probably take a camp mattress and test it.
Or
I've laid in it.
You haven't gotten Sophie angry enough to have to use it?
No.
Recently?
No.
Yeah.
No. She's been up north.
That's right.
She went up for Easter with her family, but I had too much going on here with the church and all the services and stuff, and very busy time at church. But it's funny because she was it's basically 1,000 kilometers north. And I was complaining to her, I said, it's plus 22 here. And she takes a picture. Our grass is turning green this week. Everything trees are budding, right? Grass is turning green. And she showed me her car, and the snow piles beside her car were higher than her car.
Wow.
All around there. So, yeah. Spring has not come to the north yet.
I guess. It's funny because I did jump around on the maps recently during this last weather storm that we had. Yeah. Because we had like a thunderstorm and rain. And I just moved up. And I was thinking about, where your wife was from and where, Quebec and up, just keep going up and up. And I'm like, I wonder what it is for those folks. Sure enough, it's crazy cold. A huge snowstorm was hitting that day. And it's probably left over from that.
Well, she drove up there it was snowing when she was driving up there.
Really?
And she was that's her nightmare. She's such a nervous Nelly, and driving in the snow. And it just happened to start snowing, and she's like, it's Easter. It shouldn't be having a snowstorm at Easter. Anyway.
I don't know what happened to me, but I watched Nacho Libre one too many times, and every time someone says the word Easter, I think about the time where Nacho. Have you seen the movie?
Is this Jack Black, the wrestler?
Yeah,
or?
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe I've seen it, but I certainly wouldn't remember it.
Right. So the premise of the movie is that Jack Black is like a monk. He works at this monastery, and he loves wrestling. And so he's sneaking it. He's watching it, but it's not holy. And so he's the cook at this place, and the kids are watching him kind of make this disgusting soup, and he's pouring it into the bowls of his peers at the monastery. And they're looking at the soup that he made, and they're like, "This is awful." And then, where are the spices? It's they're just so upset. And one of the guys is like, "I've had diarrhea since Easter's." It's just
sounds like a must-watch.
Well, it's cute, and I don't want to spoil it, but the long end of it, or the short version of it, is that he ends up becoming a secret wrestler, and he hides it while he's working at the monastery, and he uses the earnings from his wrestling money because he loses, right? He's Jack Black. He loses, but they still throw him a bone for entertaining the audience. And so him and his ragtag buddy win money, and then the meals keep elevating, it's like fancier and fancier meals for the kids. He puts all of his money into the monastery. It's cute. But that's now what I think of.
Okay. Well, you should train your mind to think of something else for Easter.
There he is since Easter's. Yeah, it's like one of the most important Christian holiday. The most important.
Yes.
Christian holiday.
What have you been up to?
Just thinking about that.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, I've just been. What have I been up to? Well, I'm sick right now, so I've been. The last 2 days, I've just been trying to get over this cold, this whatever it is, this virus cold thing. It's moving down from the nose to the lungs, and it's so annoying. But other than that, I've just been playing with a little bit of clay 2 days ago and working on daily warm-up carvings. I haven't been posting as much lately, but I've just been trying to wake up, get a carving done, and then work into other projects. But it seems like my problem is by the time I'm done with that warm-up project and responding to emails and working on book stuff, and all the other stuff that I have to do, take care of the house because my wife is a full-time student and she works 2 jobs. It's like I'm barely doing any other carving except for the warm-up.
Well, I'm excited. Can you show us the big wood deer head you've been working on?
That's what I've been working on. I'm still putzing around with the clay model on it. I'll show you that. I'll grab it.
Yeah, show me. It's fun to give him a hard time with that deer head. I wouldn't want to do it.
It's so soft. I can feel it moving under my hands right now. Yeah, it's all wrapped up. Let's see if I can unwrap it. No antlers on it yet, but it's the general idea, I guess.
Well, it's going to be...
Customer got a picture of it yesterday, and he said he digs, so that's good. But it's going to kind of be this is going to kind of be like a log, right? And it's going to be coming out of the log.
Well, that's going to be actually really cool.
I can't hear you because my headphones aren't on, but
right.
I'm going to have to just put this back and then
you just go put that back
for what you have to say so maybe if you can just fill the dead space for a second. Hopefully you're saying cool and not weird.
See, I won't have to fill the dead space because he'll keep talking the whole time. I'm sure, but anyway, yes, that deer head is quite
dry out, so I've got to spray some water in there.
That's what I'm saying.
All right. Let me make sure I set this the right way. I didn't. This makes for great podcasting.
Yeah.
Just wrapping up clay carvings off screen. What did you say?
I said I won't have to say anything because he'll just keep talking the whole time he's away from the camera.
Yeah.
He was.
Yeah, it's not wrong.
Anyway, it's going to be bigger than that, though, right?
It will. It'll be
substantially bigger.
I don't know how many times bigger than that. A lot bigger. Yeah, 4, 5.
Yeah. But that's a fun idea with that big coming of a log. I've never seen that before. So,
but I'll have to carve the log
for sure.
It'll be redundant because I'll have to make it look like a log.
Yep.
I don't know how I feel about that yet. I'm a little annoyed, but
dude, you should see the logs. I didn't cut them today. I have to clean up the mess, but we had to hire a guy.
Yeah.
These maple trees, they were 5, possibly even 6 feet across. Monster maples. We had to take them down because the top was hollowing. A branch about 2 feet fell off and just about went through a house.
Ooh.
And it's on the church land, church property.
Yeah.
So we hired a guy just to get the trees on the ground, and I got to clean them all up. But there is like chainsaw carver dream. Seriously, like there's a 12 feet tall, 6 feet across solid maple. Like, there's absolutely nothing you can move it with that I would have access to anyway.
Right.
So it's just going to be all cut up, and I might even have to get a different chainsaw bar just to cut through it.
Right.
So, huge.
Yeah.
But
yeah. That's a big tree.
It's a huge tree.
What about you? What you been up to?
I've just been farting around, and it's hard to remember when I talked to you last, but what have I been doing? I've been doing my little. Remember my dowel carving series?
Yeah. So the cardinal, and what else did you do?
I did a cardinal. I did a bear coming out of a log. I did a tall snowman. I think there's maybe 6 or 7 of them.
You did a bear coming out of a log?
Just a real.
Do you have that?
An easy carve one, yeah, somewhere.
I want to see that.
Man, I have so many carvings in here.
I'm gonna look it up on YouTube. Bear.
I have drawers of carvings,
Douglinker.
carvings. It's ridiculous.
Oh, was it? No, this is not it. This is definitely not it.
Yeah, it was just a very, very simple carve. Look at.
Oh, cute. I see.
All right. And
I tried to carve a bear once.
I did an owl too.
Oh yeah.
Simple owl. Oh, I did the cardinal.
Yeah, very cool.
Oh, I did a bunch of lighthouses. Remember lighthouses?
Oh, cute. Yeah, those are super cute.
And the big tall snowman.
I like that one too.
I think that's my favorite. I think.
Is it?
Yeah, I did mushrooms and stuff like that. But anyway, the point of the whole story was, I thought we'll do a dowel carving series. That way, everybody has access to dowels. And I said right from the beginning, I said, if you go to the hardware store, they're usually poplar dowels, but pick the lightest one you can feel or stick your thumbnail into it to make sure that it's nice to carve. Because if you can get your thumbnail in, they're actually quite nice to carve. Problem is, all I've heard since is my dowels are too hard, just like basswood, right? You know, you cut like butter, and so it didn't turn out to be as simple as that. So I just reverted back to like 1x1 carvings. Yeah. So I'm going to do a series of 1x1 carvings.
Right.
But anyway,
so you had people buying oak dowels and trying to carve into them, and
I don't know what they were buying, but they're buying rock hard dowels. I think I got one in the garage, and then go out there in this rock. So my
funny.
Yeah,
actually.
So my first 1x1 carving is just going to be 6 years ago this month. I did a video called "So You Want to Carve a Hillbilly," and that was like a 4-inch hillbilly, no eyes. Yeah, really hot. So 6 years later, I'm doing an even easier one, and that's these little 2-inch tall.
Oh, those are so cute.
Now everybody has their
little
own,
blue jeans.
Everybody has their own variations of
those are cute.
sort, but knife only.
Those are so cute,
just
Doug.
A real fun little carving.
I love the fact that the mustache, you can see their expression just based on like how you positioned it.
Yeah, I think I did everyone different. Well, maybe there's 2 that are close, but
that's so cute.
Yeah. So anyway, that's what. Hopefully, by the time this comes out, I'll have a video on those. But it seems to me that's all people want from me. They don't. They don't want fancy carvings, and they just like the simple, fun little carvings. And you know what? I kind of agree with them. Yeah. I'm so happy carving these little silly little guys. Yeah. It's just fun. And I've always, and then maybe the next step. Okay, so if this is phase, where's my camera? If this is like phase 1, then I'll move into, after that I'll do ones like this, like little upgraded ones, like those are really nice, a little bit fancier. The overalls. ears and stuff. A little bit.
I love the overalls
A
guy
bit more
too.
detail.
Yeah.
I haven't painted them yet, but yeah. So I'll do a whole series of 1x1 carvings, and I'll still throw in bigger carvings once in a while, just because I want to. But yeah, that's what I've been up to.
That's cool. Yeah, there's something satisfying. It's so interesting. It's like a trade-off because like the smaller things, when you do them, it feels like at the end of it, you're more happy, but then you set it down and a few weeks later I look at it and I'm like, what am I going to do with that?
Exactly. So that's why this is my whole coming around. Probably the last time I was on the podcast, I was like, I'm only carving faces.
Yeah.
You know, I just want to carve faces. I just want to carve wood spirit. And it's true.
Yeah.
I do. But like I said, when I see a table with a mountain of like 45 large carvings, I'm like, well, why don't I make tiny ones instead? This if I mail this to you, it cost me like $8.
Yeah.
In a cardboard box, you know, $6, you know. I'm just
everyone can put that somewhere.
I'm just as happy with this little guy.
Yeah.
But anyway, the whole point. This is my little family joke is. So Sophie does some watercolor painting, and you've seen some of her latest work.
Yeah.
Right. She's doing watercolor paintings. She's taking some of her old, larger watercolor paintings, and she's making them all postage stamp size.
They're so cute.
And I said, okay, this is what we're going to do. You carve the little postage, or you paint your little postage stamp things. I'll carve these little tiny little carvings, and we can live in our little tiny house after all. But no.
I like it.
But to be honest, summer's coming. People generally lose interest in wood carving over summer, unless you get them into stuff like this when they go camping and they can have a couple blocks in their hand, and they're just, this is great campfire whittling, right? Making these little things. So I kind of like that. You can always have one in your pocket at all times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. It's so funny. Like we come from such different worlds too, in that like, people would say or have said to me, like, when are you going to make bigger stuff? You know, like this is the size I always work in. And people are always like, that's so small. It's so tiny. But you say that too. When you see my carvings, you're like, they always look bigger in person.
They do look bigger in person. Yeah. No, they look smaller in person.
Smaller in person is what I meant. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I meant to say. I think so.
But the, well, we should talk about that a little bit, because I was, our buddy Gene,
Oh, Gene. Yeah. Messer.
Messer,
rather, yeah.
I was watching his video the other day, and he was going on about, I'm just a whittler. I wouldn't even call myself a wood carver. I'm just a whittler. And I was thinking while he was talking, I'm like, yeah. And there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
There's absolutely nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Why do you think, like, so we're not even going to talk about artists versus, whittling, but I'm saying, why do people think that someone's going to be happier making larger things, or why do you have to go grander and grander and fancier and more detailed, unless you're trying to make a living, perhaps?
Sure.
But if this is your hobby, I could whittle these things in little faces and stuff for the rest of my life. I don't care.
Yeah.
What do I care? It's fun. Yeah. This is it's the hobby, right? It's not. And I really, when he said that, I was like, yeah, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Good for you for just saying that. Like, I don't even consider myself a wood carver. I'm just a whittler.
Yeah.
Like, I kind of like that. That's actually what kind of drew me to the whole hobby, was that mindset. Like, I like the knife only, mind you. I like a gouge too now, but
yeah. The dark side.
Like going on the dark side. Well, you can do nicer eyes. I never found a nice flat or knife only eye. Yeah. I think you always need just a little gouge in there just to set up an eye nicely. Yeah. But
I always end up just Ving in here, like a V out here, and then a V out here, and then another one out here, and then it ends up getting the mound. But yeah, it never looks as good.
Yeah, because I spent most of my beginning time like doing all these cartoon eyes.
Yep.
and which are fine too. But
Yeah.
these little guys,
Sarah's made a whole thing of it.
these little eyes.
Sarah Claw. She still does those eyes, does she not?
Oh yeah, she does. Yeah,
And they're cute.
yeah. Well, no, that's a characterizing, but I think I like maybe I said that wrong. Maybe I like a little more realistic eye would be a better way to say that than
Yeah, the cartoony ones.
than the cartoony especially on little people, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
I was amazed. I think I showed them off on a YouTube video, but the little German carvings I got at the wood carving show I went to, the eyes were just like crazy. So good.
Mm-hmm.
So good.
I have I've been playing with these again. I bought a bunch of these years ago. Never used them too much, but do you know Dockyard Tools?
Yeah.
I love these little gouge.
Really?
Yeah. So imagine that you just take your knife and your little tool. Like my whole carving kit is in a pencil case.
Yeah.
Right? For campfire carving, I can have 10 blocks in there too.
Right.
It's nice for the summer at least. Yeah.
Yeah. I used to bring one of those flex cut roll bags with interchangeable handles on camping trips.
Yeah, I have that same set, and I now have about 4 different handles for them though.
Nice.
I keep buying another handle, so pretty soon I might as well just glue them in.
Yeah, exactly. The whole point is just to have one handle,
to exchange them. But if you're using like 5 different ones, depends where you are. But anyway,
like the guy with the Winnebago keeps getting more and more intense. Before you know it, you have your whole like gouge sets.
Did I ever tell you the story? My wife's old boss, he bought a $240,000 Winnebago, and then he didn't like it, so he had the outside all wrapped with a real fancy sticker wrap with these stripes and stuff. And then he drove to Arizona for the winter, and when he came back, all he did was complain about the gas it took to drive it. Can you imagine? You spend like a $250,000 on your thing, and you can't complain about the gas mileage. No.
You should have known that. You're driving a house around; it's going to cost a lot.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
You had a idea for our topic tonight that you surprised me with 3 minutes before the podcast.
Yeah, almost.
Would you like to introduce that?
Yeah, sure. Well, it's because as I was pouring my coffee, I had a video playing of the rock climber, Alex Honnold, talking about his top favorite 10 things. And then I immediately was like, wait, I wonder what Doug's are. You know, what we should do like, that'd be a perfect segment for this podcast. I don't know about like reoccurring. I guess if people like it, let me know. I could add it to other podcasts. Also, on a separate note, I have an email that if you want to ask questions, even next time we have Doug on, he'd probably answer some questions. So it's coffeeandcarvingshow@gmail.com. So I have never mentioned that. My mom complained about that to me today. The idea is, what's your like top 5 or 7 or whatever favorite carving related adjacent things?
Okay, so I'm going to put a caveat right at the beginning saying I may think of 5 better things in about 2 hours.
You had 20 minutes I called you 20 minutes before
6
the
minutes.
podcast. Yeah.
6 minutes to find 5 things.
Right.
So you want to go back and forth? I'll do one, you do one?
Yeah. That's a cool idea.
Yeah. So my number 1 favorite thing.
Oh, wow.
And because you're a part of it. No, it's not my number 1. My first.
Oh,
thing.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I wanted to put a skew in mine, and I didn't. I regret it now.
This curved skew that's rarer than hen's teeth.
Yeah.
But Alex and a viewer of mine bought this for me.
You called me Alex.
What's your
How
name?
dare you? It's Alec. People will eternally call me Alex.
I know they do. That just came naturally too.
Yeah.
So
You're saying
Alex,
too much. See.
Alec and a viewer bought this for me in the States somewhere, and I absolutely love it. I use this so much, especially on the large carvings.
Yeah.
For eyes. It shines for the eyes for me. It's like my secret weapon.
It was so funny because it's ridiculous that someone went in on a $20 knife with me, $20 American. But the story was I was going to buy this for you because I couldn't find it. And this guy was obsessed with you. So I'm like, hey, I'm going to send this to Doug because he wants one. And he was like, can I pay you for half of that? And then you could tell him it was for me too.
I'm tickled pink. That's a fantastic.
Dean he was such a nice guy. I'm like, dude, absolutely. But,
no, it's and I hate showing it because everyone's like, where can I get it? And I think they're basically discontinued, right?
Yeah, I don't know. You know what I heard though? Well, two things. I think another company. Who is it now? This is not helpful. Somebody, was it FlexCut, came out with one?
Well, I think you can buy this one, but this one still doesn't have the reach that this one has.
Yeah.
Right? This is so good.
Yeah, it is so good. There's a guy, this is even worse that I'm doing this, but there's a guy who made this for me. Even longer reach.
Okay. And that's a custom one-off. You'll never be able to get if you want one.
One of my students just like, hey, by the way, I don't make these for people to sell. But, yeah, hopefully knife makers out there, make one of these.
Yep.
Please.
Yep. Very great tool. All right, your turn.
I feel like mine is again, I could also think of like 4 others, but I'm going to go with this one first. And I've seen you use this, so I know you like it too, but I've been using it like every day on like wet wood and green wood and like dry stuff. It's just like a lumber crayon.
I've never used one of them before, have I?
I think so. In one of your videos I watched a while back, I thought you had one.
Oh, yeah, maybe I had a small,
Yeah, maybe it was something else, but
yeah.
Anyway, the lumber crayon, it's big, chunky, if it will focus, big crayon basically, but it's just nice. It's just nice to have around. It marks really dark. On a bunch of different surfaces, wet, whatever. So,
can I add one thing to that?
Yeah.
This is not one of my top 5, but I wish I had thought of it. But you reminded me with your crayon. Is Lee Valley sells a pencil. It's called Indelible. An indelible pencil you can write on wet wood.
Oh, that's cool.
Right? So whereas nothing else you can write on green, oozing out juice and everything, you can draw on it with an indelible. This is from Lee Valley. So
that's cool.
Veritas. Same thing.
Yeah.
And, they're great.
For real.
I had to go all the way up there to get there, and I had one right here.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the crayon's pretty good, too. It does a good job. I mean, I'm not sure I don't know if it's as good as that, because I've never tried that, but it's pretty decent.
All right.
What's your number 2?
Number 2 is...
Oh, cool.
This is a Zippo pocket tape measure.
No way.
I carry this in my pocket all the time.
Zippo makes a tape measure.
Yep.
You just sold like 50 of those. We'll link it in the description.
Yeah, Zippo tape measure.
Cool.
I keep it in my pocket.
I'm buying
there again, you'll see a theme coming with these little carvings. If I want to. Everything's tiny now, right? It's fun.
How much are those?
I've had this for years. No idea.
They probably don't even make them.
Hey, Siri. I don't have Siri.
Oh, let me look it up. Hold on. It's Zippo
tape measure.
Oh, yeah. They don't really do it, I don't think, anymore. At least it's not on Marketplace or Amazon.
Amazon doesn't have half of what you want.
Yeah, that's true. Zippo tape. Let's see. I don't know. Yeah, they still. Wait, is this real? Oh, I hope that's not true.
What's that?
If this is Zippo's new one,
I can't see it.
it looks like a piece of plastic crap, but who knows? Maybe it's metal. Sad. Oh, that's so much cooler. Yours is. All right, mine. I wish I would have picked some random things, but these are all kind of carving for the most part. This one's lame, so I'll get it out of the way. Just cup of coffee. That was one of them.
That's one of your things?
No, scrap that. That's stupid. I'm going to go with this one instead because I brought like 6 things out. This is, I've been kind of feeling like, why am I doing this? What's the point of all this stuff? Making videos and carvings and stuff. And this is a YouTuber that I like to watch was saying that he literally just leaves this on his desk and sources it for, it was Ali Abdal, I think his name is. And it's just like such good. It's just like one of those books you can pick up, read one page. All right, I'm in it. Let's go. It gets you excited.
Excited about what?
Just making things.
Oh,
just making stuff and sharing it. Yeah. Yeah, it's hard to explain, but just have to get it and try it out. It's definitely good.
Cool.
Yeah, I mean, here's a quote. It's just like random quote on this page from Henry Wadsworth Longfellow. Give what you have to someone. It may be better than you dare to think. It's just kind of a little inspirational.
It's probably true too,
Yeah.
What you don't love, somebody else will just cherish it. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. What's yours next?
Number 3.
What is that?
This is my lovely bride. I brought home a painter's tarp, and I had her cut it into 3-foot square sections and hem all the sections. And now, in the evenings, when I sit in my lazy boy upstairs and I whittle my little guys, and then I just pick the whole thing up, take it outside, shake it on the lawn.
Nice.
And I'm done.
Carving it in your lap on the lazy boy.
Carving on my lap on the lazy boy, and then I just throw my knives and my pencil right in there because the lazy boy arms, it makes a nice little dish. Right? It's a perfect little thing.
That's awesome.
And then when someone says, "Hey, can you go get me that?" I said, "No, look at me. I'm stuck here.
It's perfect.
I'm tucked in." Yeah.
You want these all over the floor?
Yeah, I'm all tucked in. But no, when I'm done, I pick it up, and it's like I was never there. And I don't have to sit down in the basement by myself all night. I'll just sit in my lazy boy like old grandpa and whittle on a piece of wood.
It is like the old grandpa, but the old grandpas know what's up. He didn't put his computer on silent.
Oh, can you hear that?
What was that?
Can you hear that?
Yeah, it's all right. It's all good.
That's fine.
All right, so mine is my next one is my favorite gouge. Always been. Always probably will be, is the 1-inch or 25 millimeter.
Number 3?
It's a 3, yeah.
Yeah. It's
rated 4 by Stubai, but their rating system is stupid. It's a 3.
Yeah.
No one will ever be able to see it either because of
yeah.
Well,
I've seen you do whole faces with that tool.
Yeah. It's one of those tools where like I forget that I'm just if I'm doing a demo, I'm like rushing. I'll forget that I don't have any other tools like in my hands, or I'll just be using this the whole time. So, to me, it's like you said it really well in a video or maybe in a talk with me. I think it was actually on the podcast. You were saying like with a knife, it's like you've got, your detail knife right there. You've got your your rough out knife. You got all these different parts, in one thing. If you just learn how to use the whole blade.
Yep.
That's how I feel about that gouge. Is you can use the corner to do stuff. You can make stop cuts, V cuts. Just learning how to use it. Yeah. All right, you're up.
Number 4.
Oh,
is my Jimmy
cool.
DiResta ice pick. Now, it doesn't have to be a Jimmy DiResta ice pick.
Yeah.
Any kind of an awl or anything. But I love this because I'm a fanboy of Jimmy DiResta.
Yeah.
But also, this is a handy little tool just to pick and poke at your carvings and get those little fuzzies out. When you're painting too, I always have it around I'm painting just to clean out a little crack or something here or there. Mm-hmm. And it also makes a good wrinkle when you push it into in the bark.
Yeah.
So a very obscure wood carving tool, but
nice
ice pick.
That's a good one. I wish I had one of those.
Yeah. Well, he sells them.
Does he still sell them?
Oh yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. But honestly, you don't need them. Like they're totally made in brass. Like it's not a
fancy.
You can buy an awl for $2, but
yeah. I fell on an ice pick once. I had to go get a tetanus shot. Yeah, when I was a kid. I dropped it and I didn't realize it fell on the butt end up because it was one of those wide-handled ones, the base.
Yep.
I had to go grab it.
I have never in my life used an ice pick as an ice pick.
What is an ice pick for?
For breaking blocks of ice, making ice cubes.
Oh.
Also
weird.
for murdering people.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
It's a slow way.
But yeah. He back in the day, years ago, we used to make videos like 100 uses for the ice pick, and he does he always has one in his pocket at all times. He's always pulling it out and using it for different things. And
really,
it is a very handy little tool. So
yeah, no, I can see that.
So that's my number 4.
All right. So what is this? My number 5? I'm not even keeping track. This one's kind of an obvious one, but
oh yes, of course.
It's not super like a cool one, but it's practical. This and then the accelerant, which I forever made fun of old people for using at carving shows, but turns out the accelerant's where it's at.
It's fantastic. Yeah,
so nice to not have to wait an extra minute for it to tack up.
Here's something interesting I'll say about you, is that I would totally use super glue on the bark.
Yeah.
And I was watching a video with you, and you busted off something in basswood, small in basswood, and you super glue it back on without even thinking about it. And I was like, I've never glued little pieces of basswood back on. I would chuck the carving.
Oh.
And I thought, why wouldn't I glue that? Right?
Yeah.
It's just it's just an instant reaction to you. Grab super glue, put it on there, but I've never done that on the little carvings. I only use it on bark stuff. And I was like, well, why shouldn't I have it with my carving kit at all times? Makes no sense. Yeah. I used to carry it just to glue my finger back together if I cut myself.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, there you go. There's your Jimmy DiResta 1,000 things to do with an ice pick. Yeah, I mean, you can glue your carvings up. You can stitch yourself back together.
Yep. It actually works
far,
good.
998 more to decide on. But yeah, I mean, it's pretty good. You can glue your foot to the ground. Actually, all kidding aside, you can use this to, like, a lot of times if I have a thin piece of wood that I want to glue to my fixture, I'll just glue it to the fixture and just pop it right off when I'm done carving it.
Would you put paper in between or not?
That's a good idea. Should. But even then, it's just, pretty easy just to right off.
Huh. 5. I'm going to give here's an honorable mention before I give you my number 5.
Yeah.
I bought this knife from in the UK, made by Ash and Axe.
Uh-huh.
And so this leans more into a favorite thing.
Yeah.
Wood carving.
Yeah.
The blade,
ooh,
not so much for wood carving.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, it's a pretty knife.
But I have never in my life held a handle I loved so much than this handle. It's faceted.
I love that.
But what I love about it is, look at this.
Oh, it's long. What is that? 7 inches?
It's just shy of a 7-inch long handle. Have you ever had a 7-inch handle on a little tiny bladed knife?
No.
When I hold that and I cut with that, it's amazing the torque I can get with that knife.
Yeah.
Just because of the handle.
No, that is cool.
So going forward, if I ever buy some more blades, I'm putting 7-inch handles on.
Yeah.
They just feel great. Yeah.
The only one I've ever seen is the Beavercraft hook knife with this giant, humongous.
Yeah.
I was shocked when I got it. I was like, what am I going to do with this?
Yeah.
But it is kind of, having meaty handle is nice.
I love it. Especially, maybe I got bigger paws too, though. But still, it just gives you so much more torque. Like, it's just substantial. So,
yeah.
Yeah, that's my honorable mention. So my number 5 favorite thing for carving is...
Yeah, that's a great choice.
That's jaw horse.
Great choice.
This one here is a Rockwell jaw horse. And what I really like about it is hands-free, clamped material project absolutely anywhere.
Yep.
So, and on top of it all, you can still hear me when I'm talking.
It's a great choice.
I also like my portable setup.
Yeah.
For my large carving.
Yeah.
And that also, and now I can carve a bark carving or driftwood or anything.
Right.
And also just put a log in it and hack on a log. So, yep, absolutely love that tool. Wish I had one years ago. It's just the ultimate holding tool, especially outside of a workbench, right?
That's super nice. How sturdy yours is. Mine is an adaptation from Ron Adamson, and he did one like this. He had a Workmate. Remember the Workmate benches?
Oh yeah, that's Workmate was our back in the day when miter saws were first came out.
Yeah,
always had a miter saw, and we put a table on the side of a little kick out table. For our miter saws, and we always had Workmates.
Set it on there.
They were it, yeah.
Well, that's still a really handy tool. Like that, you can't sub those if you're doing like carpentry, but
well, you can now because now they make actual leg stands for them.
Well, yeah, you don't need them anymore, do you?
No.
Yeah, that makes sense. You're right. But we'll see. Shows you what I know about carpentry. But yeah, this is like really rudimentary. It just clamps into the jaws of the jaw horse or the Workmate. Yep. And then you just clamp it to the 2x4. I mean, it's which is the
exact same idea, but it's a little bit weaker. Whereas I can really wail on mine. Yeah.
Well, to be fair, I mean, I've had this stupid design for I don't know. I've used these basically for 16 years and not had too much of an issue. This one's starting to needs to be tightened up a little. To your point.
Oh, so what? You don't even have a bottom on it. You just put the V in there. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
No, yours is but I like that yours is stable. But then there's a tabletop version, and this you can just clamp. Actually, it should have a foot on the front, so you can clamp the front on. But this has wider shoulders, so you can just clamp the sides.
No, that's fun too. Yep.
Or you can just screw it into the workbench, and then you can sit down and carve.
What you need to do is make it more like a bench hook and put a little 2x2 on the front, and then you can push it against the desk.
A bench hook?
Do you know what a bench hook is? Like
yeah, I see what you're saying. So that it comes over the top and secures it?
No. Just a piece. I'm pointing at it like you can see what I'm pointing at.
Right.
At the bottom there, like if you screwed a 2x2 on the front side, so your left hand right now, a 2x2 underneath that.
Down here.
Yeah, so it doesn't push it against the desk. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, great idea.
If it was long enough, you wouldn't even have to really fasten it unless if you kept your carving in the right position. But
right. Yeah.
Anyway.
I probably still would fasten it, but that would make it sturdier. That would make it sturdier. Yeah, I like that idea. And then I have an honorary one, an additional one, because you got me thinking about knives now. We've talked about this before, but this one's grown on me. This is the Deep Holler knife.
Yes.
Dito.
Yep.
I don't know. I like that it's a thick handle. When it's in your hand, I mean, it actually feels like you've got something in your hand. Nice medium handle. And I like it.
I have one too.
Yeah. Is that cedar?
This one's not cedar. I have a cedar one too somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah.
So there's a couple new knife makers in town. Deep Holler is one, and the other one is Badger State. Is it Badger State Blades?
That sounds right. Yeah, Badger State Blades is right.
And real nice knives. So it's nice. It's really nice to see some new companies popping up to fill that void that's very necessary right now with the carving knives.
Yes. Yep. I haven't gotten to play with mine, but I almost just cut myself just feeling the edge. It's so sharp. So
here, let me ask you a question because I may have told you this before, but seems to me every time I get a new knife,
mm-hmm.
I do a micro break on the tip.
Yes.
Every time. Doesn't matter who makes the knife.
Right.
And then I fix it, and then it never breaks again.
Yeah.
But it's always that original fine point. I always break the tips off, and I just did that with some knives I was sent a couple weeks ago. But then I just kind of round it off a little bit where that's broken, and they'll never break again. Yeah. But initially, I always feel sick when I hear it.
I hate that.
Yeah.
Happens to me, too. It's happened to me on a bunch of knives in the past.
Yeah. And I don't think I'm being overly rough with it or anything. It's just that initial factory extra fine tip.
Beavercraft sends them out. I don't know if it's hard to see, but it's like a flattened end almost, kind of.
Yeah.
Like they put an angle on the top.
That's what the OCC tools are doing now, too. The little flat safety tip.
It's not a bad idea.
But I always grind them.
Do you?
I grind them round again, too.
It's not as dangerous. I mean, you're not as liable to stab. I mean, you still will if you go at the right angle, but.
Yeah. They don't turn as well.
Yeah.
When you stick it in.
Yeah, there's definitely a bit of a downside, but I don't mind it. Someone sent me a picture of theirs saying, hey, should I send this back? And I just said no. That's how they are. Because this is the Beavercraft detail knife that I burnt the handle on. I blackened it with a torch. It's kind of gimmicky that I did that, but it works.
Yeah, so, I would have spent the time filling in the big hole they have when they send them to you.
Oh, yeah, these... you're not wrong. It's a bit... It's not pretty.
I don't think they're going to be able to see that very well.
You're not going to be able to see it.
Basically, they drill a hole and they push a blade in there and call it done. That could have been bad.
Yeah, you don't want to drop your sharpest knives on your most expensive guitar. You can probably see it here, this giant hole.
Yeah.
This just gaping hole in there.
And, yeah. We want to talk about dropping tools. So I'm moving down into my basement, and I'm carrying all my tools. One sec. I haven't fixed it yet, but my shovel gouge here.
Yeah.
Well, I think maybe I glued it already. It was just a friction pushed in the handle. And I would carry it like this, and I dropped it right on took the corners off.
That is such...
You can't see that very well, but...
My reaction is so visceral because I've done that. It's like represents hours of sharpening time, or at least like 20 minutes.
It's left on there.
I can see it.
The steel's curled up on it. I'm like,
that sucks.
Like, how long is it going to take me to take that whole edge down?
I know, especially with a big tool like that.
So big.
That's a cool tool, though.
It's a crazy tool. It's totally unnecessary. But
yeah, no, it's ridiculous.
You just got to have one, right?
Yeah. Is that, you said that's for Ukrainian?
Yeah, that's all from Kharkiv, Ukraine.
Huh.
So, yeah.
They have some pretty good steel over there.
Their workmanship is so beautiful. It's
really
top notch. They're number one in my books, honestly.
Wow.
Even better than I like them as much as the Swedes. Like,
wow.
The leather work everything is just beautiful.
Even Beavercraft, I was impressed. I mean, they're like the most budget friendly of brands, but even like just playing with their your two basic tool knife sets or like their. The leather is pretty cool. I mean, for like a really cheap basic knife, they send you with some pretty decent leather. it's full grain. It's like thick leather.
Hang on. Slide that sheath. The top. No, on the blade. Does that move like that? No, don't take it off. That's done up. Does it wiggle?
Yeah, it definitely isn't tight enough. That's a big complaint that people have with it.
Well, it sure would be.
Yeah, but I don't think it's falling off, But yeah, it's...
Well, when it does fall off, it's going to take a cut out of the top edge there of the leather.
Right, yeah.
I wouldn't put that in my pocket.
I could pull it off, actually. Look.
Yeah, see. Well, that just reinforces my feelings on that company.
Yeah.
But
yeah. No, I mean, I don't know anything about them other than I've been playing with it for a while, and it's not too bad so far.
Well, I'm happy for you.
Yeah, I don't know anything about axes.
No, that's good.
Enjoy it. But the leather, I mean, for what you're paying for, it's pretty decent. Looks like.
No, you can't fault the price at all. No, for sure.
Yeah.
And we're comparing apples to oranges. Like, that's not high end custom made stuff. That's like
it's just
they're selling
manufactured.
Yeah,
manufactured stuff. Yeah,
yeah.
Probably. I don't know what they're doing. I think they're drop forging those things, or if I'm not mistaken, maybe I'm wrong, but hand forged is what they're calling them. So maybe not drop forge. Yeah. I don't know. That's all I got as far as leather work, though.
Let me show you one more thing then.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Since we're doing this.
Yeah. Oh wow, that's a big axe.
This is from that same forge.
Wait, move that cover around. I want to see what they're supposed to be like, because I genuinely don't know. No, the top part.
Oh yeah, hang on, I'll pull it right up.
Wow. Oh, it's really on there.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the way it's supposed to be. Wow.
Like, it's beautiful.
Wow. That is so nice.
Like, that is...
Holy crap. Look at that bevel, too.
Yeah.
I've been wanting to do that, too.
Remember I was telling you about the cheeks on your hatchet there? Like, show your cheeks on there.
It's true of my axe, and it's true of us. I have wider cheeks. Not those cheeks. Let's see if I can...
See how awkward yours are?
Yeah, they definitely widen out. Right here is what he's talking about.
Big time. It's not a smooth transition. Mind you, if it's a carving axe, then you should never get that far. But
there you go. Now you can see it. Right. There it is. But yeah. Anyway. No, this is. I was also a little bummed that I almost feel like I need to add some paracord or something to bulk up the back because it's too thin.
These are ones that I make. I have a video.
Oh, you made that?
On my channel, making these sheaths.
Oh, no wonder you know how they're supposed to be. You make them.
I make them. He makes them.
That's cool. Do you stitch it by hand?
Yep.
That's cool.
Yep.
Yeah, that's really that's what I should do is watch your video and try and make one.
Well, forget the paracord. You know what? I also have a video on whipping.
Yeah.
I can find one here really quick.
Yeah, do it.
Say something.
Saying something. Sadly, I have to grab a tissue, so it's going to be blank time. I don't know what people want to hear, but I have a cold, so I need a tissue.
Well, all my axe collection is all still upstairs in my carving room, but I have this old tomahawk here.
Oh, cool.
This is my whipping that I do on all my smaller ones.
This is great. This is exciting because I have a bunch of is that leather?
No.
What is that?
This is jute twine.
Oh, it's jute.
And I do a whipping on it.
Uh-huh.
And then I burn off the fuzzy jute and put an epoxy on it.
Really?
Yeah, and it's fantastic.
Where do you get the epoxy? Is it like a wood?
Well, I had some, but you can buy any epoxy.
Yeah.
But I just painted on there, and then I've never had one come off in all the years.
That's
but
fun.
All of my other hatchets and axes have it.
Is it still grippy?
Oh, it's super grippy.
I got to do
Even
that.
when it's wet.
Can I do that with leather?
You'd have to glue it.
Yeah.
You definitely have to glue it. You wouldn't want it sliding.
No, I like the jute though. It sounds nice and grippy.
Yeah, it's really grippy.
Might try that.
Yep, I have a video.
Is it still up?
Yeah.
I'm gonna look for that. Lots of projects for the axe. Something so instinctively useful about an axe. Ever since I've gotten this, I haven't had an axe before, so I'm not an axe guy. So, but I am now using it to clean the bark off. The beginning of the project. Dude, I mean, they're sharp, so you can literally just push them through the material.
Yeah.
To clean off the back of your bark.
Yeah. Well, making spoons and kuksas and stuff too. It's
pretty cool. Something about it feels right. Just feels right.
Anyway, this is my last show and tell. This is the most ridiculous thing I have.
No. Is this the one you just got?
I just got this, and it's useless.
Is it Ukrainian as well?
Yes.
What on earth is that? This is the thumbnail. This is the thumbnail.
You can't even swing it, but you can choke up on it. It's got a nice finger area here. You can choke up on it, and you can...
Yeah, push. It's perfect for your little men, your little...
Well, kind of, but not really, right? But
no, I mean, like, it's the right size for them to swing.
Oh, there you go, yeah. But
yeah.
I already have, like, a mini carving axe. I have a Grand's First mini hatchet, and, like, this, I saw this, like, this is so cute.
Is that smaller than the Grand's First?
Yes.
Mini?
Yeah. Yeah. The Grand's First mini, I love that thing. That's fantastic.
Can you please make a video of you doing a little carving with just an axe?
Well, no.
Please.
But I have a video on the Grand's First Mini. It's an old video. In fact, I brought it over to this channel from my old channel like 2013 or 14 or whatever.
Yeah.
But I always had that thing in my pocket for years. And
really?
I would flay fish with it. I would do everything with it.
Wow.
I didn't even carry a knife. I just had that little mini hatchet.
How big is it?
I think it's a 9-inch handle.
Uh-huh.
And then the head, a little bit bigger than this. All my stuff is upstairs, but so it's a bigger head, different head. This is a carving head, right? So it has more of a slicing.
Okay.
But a little bit longer handle.
Yeah. It was just is that a factory edge?
Oh yeah.
That's so sharp.
Yeah.
That's really nicely polished.
Oh, it's ridiculously sharp. Like
Hey, take notes, Beavercraft. This is not the best bevel carving. Yeah. Now I have to do it. Now I have to show you how bad this.
You better grab cardboard.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
You know what? We're actually getting into like buddy talk here. We kind of lost the podcast, didn't we?
Yeah, whatever. Who cares? Oh, I don't know.
I kind of forgot we were doing a podcast. I thought we were FaceTiming.
This will probably be my favorite podcast recording ever because of that.
Oh.
That's for the best.
Well, you're over an hour.
Yeah, we're good.
You're good.
Cut it. It's late.
All right.
Thanks for doing it.
Hey, no problem. I'm always here. But, yeah. You've had some fun guests on, though.
Yeah, did you like Ron?
I liked Ron.
Yeah.
Ron seems to be my kind of guy.
Yeah, he is.
I like him. And who was the other guy? Oh, you had Bruce, of course.
Bruce, thanks to you.
Yeah, I love that guy.
He's funny.
He's fantastic.
He answered the phone. People don't know this, but he answered the phone going, I have no idea why. It just scared the crap out of me. The Zoom call.
There's something about, like, he can do the most intricate carvings, and then he does the funnest and I wouldn't say beginner carving, but the funnest, simpler carvings. Like this is one of his ideas.
That's awesome. Oh, is that who that? I remember when you were doing that.
Yeah. So this was him.
Yeah.
And I love this stuff.
That is one of my favorites.
Yeah. But like I said, he can do like the most intricate, fantastical things, and then he can just pump out 100 fun things like this,
Yeah.
So
anyway. He's truly great. He's truly great.
Oh, to be retired.
Yeah. Yeah, I bet that it's happening for you soon.
Envious. It's not happening for me soon. That ain't happening for me soon.
Yeah.
Maybe before I'm 80.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
That would be nice. All right, fun times.
Very good.
Thanks, everybody, for hanging out with us. And it's your show.
Yeah, coffeeandcarvingshow@gmail.com. coffeeandcarvingshow@gmail.com. If you have a question or something you're interested in talking about, we'll probably read it on there. This old here podcast.
Oh, I can take this moment and put a plug in for Wood Carving Illustrated.
Yeah, why not?
Why not? I have I'm affiliated with Wood Carving Illustrated now.
Yes,
and if you don't get that magazine, they have a promo code, all caps Linker, with your subscription at woodcarvingillustrated.com. They'll give you some little freebie little downloads and some little extras with your subscription. So.
And we'll put that in the link below. Do you have a web link that you can send me?
Just put promo code is Linker, all caps.
Yep.
Linker.
There you go.
And then that's woodcarvingillustrated.com.
Anything else to plug?
No, I just thought of that and I thought, why not?
Yeah, throw it in.
So cool.
Yeah, we're both fans of Fox Chapel, so
yeah,
they're awesome.
That's right. Well, you're writing a book.
Yeah, I better be. Right?
Better be.
All right.
Is that before or after the deer head's finished?
Yeah, that's right. The deer head's gonna get finished eventually, hopefully. I don't know. We'll see.
All right. Until next time.
Yasu, which in Greek means goodbye. Take your vitamins.